Hello, Ms. Dorr. Can you enlighten us on how this money would be utilized? What is the funding actually going to be used for?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, the original resolution. So I'll say this: when this resolution was first passed, it was passed with, which was Resolution 240143. It is resolved section had an incorrect account number in it. We have spent some more time figuring out what is happening with the use, the alternative use of vacant lots. And at this time, I would request that you keep this in finance because they have not given me the information and I cannot answer you. So I would request more time because we followed up with them again, and I think that they have a plan, but I need specifics. I want the lot, I want the specific use, I want everything, and that has not been provided. So that's the best I can do.
Okay.
So.
Then I guess I will yield the floor.
Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
Thank you. To you too. Hi, Emily.
Hi.
So you're waiting on specific information for it?
Yeah, I can. So, for example, the last time we talked about this resolution, the thought was that the lot that was the focused alternative lot for vacant lot for use was a specific land bank lot that they were going to have an agreement with about cleaning up so it could be used. We've dug into that more. A few things came up that they might actually want to look at a different land bank lot because the one that they were looking at, they uncovered some contamination, and so they are looking to pivot. And I said, great, I think that's a very good move, but without confirmation about which lot it is, I wouldn't with good conscience ask you to move. So they are hoping to have that all confirmed in the next week, and I can then provide you with that information.
Any other discussion?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
through you to Ms. Dorr, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Happy to be here.
So you say you have requested information and have not yet heard back. Would that have been from the neighborhood engagement hub or directly with Sarvis?
Both.
Both?
I think, and again, I'll reiterate that the issue is that the lot they were focused on had, revealed that there is some contamination, and so now they're looking to pivot to a different lot. So I think they were trying to do their due diligence and actually have because I had said we need an agreement with the land bank.
So they're looking to acquire, someone is looking to acquire a lot.
Even if not acquiring, and even if they just want to use it, I still think that needs to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what I'm also trying to understand. Mm-hmm. Who's going to have ownership and responsibility of and for whatever lot is procured?
Yes.
And then is this $25,000 going to be to prepare it for a food truck lot or station? Mm-hmm. And then what funds are going to be needed thereafter to maintain it? How have you requested that type of budget to understand how it's going to operate?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, because that is something that I would want to know, because I would imagine it's not just necessarily here's a slab and people come park and there's no kind of anything, even outside is just zoning, that any type of liability concerns and that kind of thing. I would be interested to know how that would work in total. So I look forward to hearing what you hear.
Yes.
and then we go from there, because it's an interesting concept. The concept mm-hmm. is interesting. I would also be curious to know how, is there a window of time that's going to be open, or is it year round? Is it seasonal?
Right.
How does some of that work when, and if this doesn't get approved, what other funding stream what's the backup plan?
Right.
You know, is this a go regardless as to if ARPA funds are available, or it's only because we got the potential for ARPA funds, so we'll find a way to spend it? And that's what I want to guard against going forward. I want to make sure that the plans are viable the year after we give them these funds, what's in place. And when I say them and we, I don't necessarily mean just this particular resolution, but this will be a recurring theme of mine, particularly with ARPA funds. What is the plan, or what was the plan before ARPA was available, and how are we going to function hereafter? So that's it. I'll yield my time.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Winfrey-Carter.
So it sounded like, and thank you, Ms. Dewar. It sounded like Ms. Dewar would like for this resolution to stay in committee. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the motion to keep the resolution here in committee.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor to keep resolution 240324 in committee. Is there support?
Support.
It's been moved and properly seconded to keep resolution 240324 in committee. Roll call, please.
Mr. Murphy?
No.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey-Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
No.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin?
No.
Ms. Lewis?
No.
The vote is 4 yes, 5 no.
4 yes, 5 no. That we are going, that will not, that will keep going on. Okay, any other discussion? Go
Madam
ahead.
Chair, thank you. So just want to respond, because, you know, I've been accused of stealing money for Sarvis Park, so I'm pretty much the go-to person to ask if you have a question about Sarvis Park. So just want to bring a little clarity to this. So I had a meeting with the president and with Tom Wyatt, and so the Neighborhood Association, they pivoted. And so they pivoted to using a lot already attached to the park. So if you're familiar with the park area, then you will know on the 4,000 side of Wisner, there is a spot with some a few spaces that need to be redone and everything. And so in that space, that's where they were going to utilize the solar-powered picnic tables where you can charge your personal devices. You can also, like I said, we're repaving a lot and creating signage. So that will be directly on the side of the park that has the parking slots. So in lieu of using land bank property, because it has been known that the place that we want to use, but we're still going to help beautify that, is maybe a brownfield and not safe for a food truck. We went ahead and pivoted, and they're going to utilize those lots for that. So it definitely is an interesting concept. I encourage my other colleagues to consider it for their wards. And if you have any more questions, you can please feel free to ask me.
Any other discussion? In the first round. Any other discussion in the first round? Any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I'll call the question.
Okay, there's a call for a question. Is there support?
Just the corruption. You just support. Can't make
It's
this
been
right.
moved and properly seconded. Just
Cannot
call
make
the
this shit up.
question. Roll call, please.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey-Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns?
No.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
I abstain because the amount of corruption that is just pure visible right now is obscene.